welcome to Grass Roots Medicinal. How can I help you?
I've seen better days. My back pain and insomnia is flaring up like crazy. Is there anything you can suggest for that?
Well, let me show you the Lindsay OG from Liberty Farms. It's great for insomnia. I think it's really going to help your back pain, but we also have the Baker's Farms Pink as well.
Sweet, sounds great. I'll try both.
Well, do be sure and let me know how that works for you.
Great, thank you so much. We'll see you soon.
Hey there, is there something I can help you with?
Hey, I was hoping to try some of that Lindsay OG because it works so well for me. It worked great.
No, sorry, we don't have that. We're not allowed to sell that strain anymore.
Oh, well, what about the Baker's Pink?
No, sorry, since legalization, all I'm allowed to sell you are these two options.
Well, are any of those going to help my insomnia and my back pain?
No, the only thing I'm allowed to offer you is non-medicinal cannabis.
Oh, well that's too bad. Definitely think I'll have to pass then. Thanks anyways.
All right, we're here with Chad Jackett, owner of Grass Roots Medicinal. Now, Chad, we were obviously clowning around a little bit there, doing the parodies, but would you say that was essentially a pretty general, a good representation of what it's going to be like pre and post legalization?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we're obviously having some fun, but yeah, it is. It's going to be a very grayed down, sort of dark environment. I don't think it's going to be very fun. So it's time we do something about this, and we do it fast.
Do you think the general patients that come in here generally have an idea of the scope of the real changes that are coming down the line?
I don't think most people understand what they are trying to push down the throats of the Canadian people right now. And that's the biggest issue. I think if we had a lot more of the public behind us right now, then it would be a lot tougher for them to be trying to push these maneuvers and trying to, squeeze everybody out of the industry and replace it with their crony top-down system.
Most people who voted for Justin Trudeau, for example, think that what they're getting is decriminalization. What's the differences there between what they're actually going to be getting under legalization? Is it just massive, heavy regulation?
It's absolutely heavy regulation. It's a crony monopoly, and there is actually a lot more laws under this new, what they call legalization, than there was even under the prohibition before. So it's just Prohibition 2.0, and it's quite dangerous. There's weird laws that are in their regulation, like their rules that they're coming out with, like being high in public, saying that you can be arrested just for being high in public. What does that even mean? Like having a smile on your face, having a good time, not feeling all your back pains and stuff like that as much. So you got to go to jail now. There's so many ridiculous things that are in these new regulations and rules that they're trying to bring in, and the laws that they're trying to bring in along with it. It's nothing. It's absolutely nothing to do with freedom at all, and everything to do with forming a crony monopoly for the government and their insiders, and a lot of them are not even from the country of Canada. They're from other countries that I guess, it's a favor for a favor here and a favor for a favor there.
Now, you've got thousands of customers who come into this shop. If you had an opportunity to speak to them all and to give them one message when it comes to what's coming down the pipes, what would you say to them?
I'd say we need your help. We need to be really loud, and we need all your voices. We need you guys behind us, and and we need all you guys to be reaching out to all your government officials and writing them letters and just being as loud and obnoxious as you possibly can right now, because that's ultimately what all of us need.
What brings you into Grass Roots Medicinal today?
No problem, Dan. Thanks for having me today. I appreciate that. I'm here today as 7 years ago I got in a really bad car accident on Squamish Highway 99, and I was hit head on, and I had a severe lumbar injury to my spine, and I did physio, massage, chiro, all that stuff. Doctors prescribed me every medication you could possibly imagine. Nothing got me out of bed. And then I was able to find cannabis. A few friends had told me about cannabis and how it's saved their life, and I feel that same way with me today, that cannabis has saved my life.
I'm here to pick up some medicinal products for myself. I'm actually writing a research paper tonight on CBD oil and how it helps people with seizures. So I usually pick up like a really nice high CBD strain to like help me study and like focus on the paper.
And if you don't mind me asking, what is your ailment when it comes to medicinal use?
For medicinal use, I use cannabis for many different reasons. One of them is for migraines. I kind of suffered in and out of like headaches and migraines a lot of my life. So there's a couple different strains here specifically that really help with that. I also use a lot of like the creams and tinctures for my skin because I used to have eczema for quite a long time, but it's totally like so much better now. And then, just CBD oils for anxiety as well. CBD is like super powerful for calming anxiety and all that. So
I usually come in here to get my medicine for I have insomnia and I have anxiety.
And do you find that there's any particular strains that are coming from the shop that help you in particular?
Yes, I use the catatonic. It's got CBD for pain sometimes, and I also the Lindsay OG is really good, and I also smoke their shatter a lot. It's good for sleep.
Now, there's the option of coming in or, potentially getting it online from an LP. What would you prefer, ordering online or coming into the shop?
I'd rather come in.
Yeah, why is that?
Because when we come in here, if I ask them a question, like if I say, can I see this? Or can I, they'll let me. They'll show me, they'll let me check it out, and they tell me about it. If we order online, you just gotta guess. Mm-hmm. Like, it might say that it is something, but when you get it, it might not be what you're expecting.
Is it important for you to know where your medicine is coming from and maybe how it's grown, or maybe even who the growers are?
100%. It is. You're not meeting your guy behind the church parking lot. I come in here. I know the strain that works for me. I talk to the people behind the counters here at Grass Roots, and they show me and guide me the way. When I tell them the symptoms I'm having and feeling.
I don't think I would ever order weed online, and there's something about this place that's like really magical. Like, everyone here is super friendly, and it's like it's a real like community, and they're here to like help people and help them heal. So I feel blessed to be able to come in here and have natural remedies to help heal myself and for the rest of the community of Squamish. Yeah.
Now, here you often get to actually speak with the growers. Is that something that is important to you when finding a strain that worked for you?
Definitely. I definitely want to know where my medicine's coming from, and I want to know that it's been grown in good conditions. Some of the strains are organic, and I think that's super important because you definitely want to know where your medicine's being grown. Just like when you grow food in your garden, you want to know where your food's coming from. So super important.
Everybody wants legalization here in Canada, but behind the scenes, they seem to be monopolizing the industry and may potentially want to shut down mom and pop shops like this. What would you think if a place like this that you've come to depend on is all of a sudden gone in the face of legalization?
That would be an absolute atrocious thing to happen if they took it over and made like BC liquor stores and sold the pot through there. You would not get the quality. You would not get you have to get to talk to the people here, and they give you the advice and all the things you need to know about it. So you're not just going in and buying like a pack of marijuana cigarettes or whatever, and you don't even know what kind it is or whatnot. And it's just, that's the way they want to go. And definitely the wrong way for sure.
I don't know. It kind of makes me sad because, I just like, this is where I come for my medicine, and then it's close to my home. The people here are awesome. They're really helpful and they're friendly. And I wouldn't want to see it closed down. It helps a lot of people, And, a lot of people like myself, we don't like to do prescription drugs. So we would rather come here and have natural medicine.
It definitely scares me a lot. It makes my heart drop into my stomach because this is definitely not only medicine for myself, but for so many other people. And it's a healing plant that we all need. So it definitely scares me a little bit, and I really hope that we can stop that if there's something that we can do.
Any final thoughts on what they've managed to build here in general? I mean, in the beginning they didn't have a business license, and they kind of just, as an act of civil disobedience, they went ahead and built this place anyways. Now it's helping thousands of people. Any final thoughts about Grass Roots Medicinal?
I would say sense of community for sure. Every time I come in here, I say hi to everybody. Welcome. Feels like I say this is my doctor's office. This is where I come to get my advice on things medicinally. So this is a great place. I love Grass Roots, absolutely.
That little sketch we just did is really not that far off from being actual reality coming down the road, right?
It's frightening, but that could be reality. Everybody having to get their stuff in a prepackaged bag that you can't smell, you don't know anything about it, other than what a lot of people should probably be reading in the newspapers with these lawsuits coming in with certain licensed producers out there. There's been some contaminants that have been on a lot of these products that have hurt a lot of people. So I don't know. I think people need choice. They need to be able to see their products, smell it, know what they're buying before they buy it. And I really think the majority of the people want to support the community that's already supplying them with their cannabis medicine right now that they already know and trust. And they don't want to be just forced to all of a sudden have to trust some crony monopolist company that is just saying you have to buy from me just simply because.
Yeah. There it is, folks. If you want to see a true, open, and free and fair market, we got to push back against these regulations and this legalization that's coming down the road, and we got to support guys like Chad and the Cannabis Growers of Canada.
That's right. The government would figure out a way to sell non-medicinal cannabis, okay? And I don't really think any of us want to see non-medicinal cannabis or want to try non-medicinal cannabis, because there's a few ways I could think of to make it non-medicinal, and I'm sure you can all think of them, and they're not good ways. So yeah, leave it up to the government to screw it all up for us. But with your help, guys, we can hopefully change that. So check the links in the description below. cannagrowers.ca is the site. Chad Jackett, thanks so much for talking to us. Thanks again for having me, Dan, and thanks for coming.